Doria, the Momfluencer. Another ridiculous term, and unsurprisingly, it's in relation to the world of Harry's wife. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. The Evening Standard poses this question: is Doria Ragland the key to Harry's wife's Hollywood comeback? First point is, in order to come back, you have had to have been there in the first place. And it's clear that the tabloids simply don't understand this. Harry's wife is a never was. Her husband is has been, she is never was. She was never Hollywood royalty. She's never been an A-lister. She believes that she's Hollywood royalty. She believes that she's an A-lister, but she is not. We have seen repeatedly those who hold the status of A-listers shun her because they recognise her as a Janey-come-lately who is grasping her way and trying to climb up the greasy pole. By using people, by manipulating people to try and get what she wants. They recognise that she is a talent-free zone and they don't want any of it. But notwithstanding this, Harry's wife continues to try and create her rehabilitation, her comeback. And this time, it's with the utilisation of her mother. I've explained to you previously that both Harry's wife and Harry's wife's mother, Doria, are narcissists. They are not of the same sub-school. They are different sub-schools. They are both non-intimate secondary sources in one another's fuel matrices. Certain narcissists collide and it's tempestuous and you have clashes. In other instances, as it is the case here, they are able to coexist because each is able to gain control over the other. It is not mutually exclusive. They can both have the concept of control in relation to the other, again subconsciously. They both get fuel from one another, and there are differing residual benefits. For instance, for Doria, she has gained money through her daughter. More recently, she has been able to present a particular picture to the world, and she's gaining a greater level of fame and access to events. For Harry's wife, her mother presents, at least in her mind, a degree of stability and normalcy. Here's at least one family member that she's still on speaking terms with. There's also the residual benefit that Doria provides childminding services. But increasingly, Doria has come to the front line, and the Evening Standard has picked upon this by explaining she's been mingling with the Kardashians and partying with Beyoncé, with PR insiders saying she could become the ultimate momfluencer. Luciana Bellini reports on how Harry's mother-in-law became big business. Over the past couple of weeks, an unlikely new Hollywood power player has emerged on the Hollywood A-list scene, Doria Ragland. Well, I would suggest that's something of a stretch to describe her as those things. The mother of Harry's wife has kept a resolutely low profile ever since she was first thrust into the spotlight back in 2018, when she appeared as the only family member to attend her daughter's wedding to Prince Harry. But now, in the space of a few days, she's been papped cozying up to Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner at a star-studded charity event in LA, and partying the night away in a private VIP box at Beyoncé's latest series of concerts. After years of studiously avoiding the limelight and letting her daughter grab the headlines, is Doria now ready to embrace the fame game and become a powerhouse in her own right? Well, certainly her narcissism would direct her to do so. Fame would enable her to control more people, would open up more people from whom she could obtain fuel from, and allows a range of character traits and residual benefits. That's why so many narcissists are attracted to fame in the first place. Just as an aside, and I will be creating a video about this, I was reading an article, I think only yesterday, about how the author was describing how people are surprised to find that their celebrities aren't actually often very nice people. And it single-handedly failed once again to recognise that many famous people, many celebrities, are narcissists, and hence they are intrinsically unpleasant people. The reason for this is that the arenas of fame and celebrity cater to the prime aims especially well, and it therefore follows that many narcissists are going to be drawn to those arenas, and therefore it follows you're going to have lots of narcissists who are famous and celebrities. And therefore, because of the way that narcissists behave, all of a sudden you'll find that the people who are famous, the people who are the celebrities, aren't that unpleasant. Time and time again, people are surprised by that, but it's actually quite a simple explanation. Nevertheless, the suggestion is that Doria might be making a power grab. The Evening Standard explains, she certainly looked at ease sandwiched between Kim and her momager Chris at This Is About Humanity's 5th annual charity soiree last month. The former social worker was dressed in a colourful Paisley J. Crew tunic dress, notable for being one of Michelle Obama's favourite labels, and a pair of tan Chloe pumps, and seemed right at home among the A-list guests, who included Eva Longoria, Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. The invitation came courtesy of Doria's seeming new bestie, Gina Zabanta, a hotshot LA lawyer and co-founder of ZA Lawyers, which co-sponsored the event. Doria was one of Gina's guests at the charity do, along with fashion blogger Jennifer Palpalatok and lawyer and reality TV star Regan Charleston, who gushed that Doria was literally one of the warmest, most lovely human beings I have ever met. Well, you might have fallen prey to a particular facade being exhibited there, just in the same way as Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis found themselves falling prey to a rapist's facade, which resulted in them giving glowing references to Mr. Masterson, which has then bitten them on the backside. More about that on another occasion. Gina and Doria are clearly close, with Gina referring to her as her dear friend in an Instagram post about the event. Still, while it might have been Gina's connections that landed Doria an invite to the glitzy soiree, Harry's wife's mother seems to be the real VIP once they arrived. It was she who introduced Gina to Kim and Chris, and there's footage of an excited-looking Kim getting Chris and Doria to post the snapshots on her phone together. People have been talking a lot recently about how she's been schmoozing at events, says Hollywood publicist Jane Owen, founder of Jane Owen Public Relations. If I was Doria's representation, I would be figuring out ways to make her relevant in her own way, away from Harry's wife. Perhaps business ventures, a book, motivational speeches. She could be the ultimate momfluencer, which is big business. Many noted that whilst Doria was the belle of the ball, Harry's wife was conspicuously absent from the event, despite the fact that one of the charity's main partners is World Central Kitchen, who teamed up with Harry and Harry's wife's Archwell Foundation in 2020. Yet another example of Harry's wife talking about something and then not delivering. Doria's prominent presence and Harry's wife's no-show has led some to speculate that the Duchess of Sussex may be using her mother to curry favour with celebs in a bid to rebuild her reputation. Absolutely the case. I certainly wouldn't put it past Harry's wife, says one Hollywood insider. Unlike the rest of her family, Doria has always steered clear of any drama and has been a rock for her. She could be the key to helping her rebuild relationships in LA. Since Doria was seen buddying up to the Kardashians, she's been spotted throwing shapes in a private box at Beyoncé's Renaissance tour alongside Harry's wife, a rather glum-looking Harry, and Harry's wife's former Suits co-star and close friend Abigail Spencer, in a night out organised to celebrate her 67th birthday. A few days later, she returned with Gina and another stylish posse of gal pals for Beyoncé's birthday concert, where Harry's wife was also spotted separately. Harry's wife and her mother have always been extremely close. No, they haven't. She was absent from her life for 10 years. And many cite her as being hugely influential in the Duchess's life. Doria reportedly has her own granny flat at the Sussex's Montecito mansion and is known for being very hands-on with her grandkids. The royals, meanwhile, have only met Harry's children a handful of times. Described by Harry's wife as a free spirit with dreadlocks and a nose ring, she has a large flower tattoo on her right forearm, which many believe is a nod to her childhood nickname for Harry's wife, whom she has always called Flower. But despite her laid-back appearance, friends say Doria is known for having a core of steel and for being unfailingly discreet. Friends say Harry's wife has always trusted her completely. It then goes on talking more about her and the relationship that she's had with Thomas Markle in the past, information that we all know. But this is clearly another attempt to do two things. First of all, to describe Doria as a momfluencer is very much of a stretch, but is a clear case of manifesting, trying to make it happen by talking about it. And furthermore, this demonstrates how Harry's wife is taking on a slightly different tack with regard to her attempts to rehabilitate her image. She, of course, has been making more public appearances, pap walks, pap shots in burger joints, but now she's using her mother for the purposes of trying to make her look good also. She's triangulating people with her mother. She's utilising her mother as part of the facade. She's utilising her mother as a lieutenant to go out there and meet people in the name of Harry's wife. Once again, Harry's wife is simply using another person, but this time it's her mother. It remains to be seen whether Doria will become big in her own right. Certainly her narcissism would like that to be the case, but for now, she has to do so within the confines of what Harry's wife requires, because it's Harry's wife who has allowed her to have this fame by virtue of being Harry's wife's mother, in the same way that Harry's wife only obtained the fame because she was married to Harry. It's only with her grace that she will allow her mother to gain this status, and she will do so long as it works for her. The moment that it starts to cause a problem, watch, there will be a fallout between the two of them. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.